Hello everyone. Today we're diving into the wild and dramatic world of incredible safari moments caught on camera. Get ready for some of the most unbelievable hunting scenes and animal encounters ever recorded. Massive crocodiles crowd a river in Indonesia, forcing a boat to slowly navigate through the middle of the terrifying predators.
We're videoing. Yeah.
A peaceful safari suddenly turns into chaos when an elephant charges into a tourist boat in Botswana, knocking several people into the water as screams erupt everywhere. A zebra suddenly threatens to attack people inside a car.
I mean the giraffe.
A lion attacks a vehicle with tourists inside. A young woman skateboards peacefully while listening to music, completely unaware that a giant bear is silently chasing behind her on a snowy mountainside. While trying to capture a close-up photo of an ostrich at Kango Wildlife Ranch in South Africa, a woman is suddenly attacked as the aggressive bird pecks directly at her camera. One angry elephant is terrifying enough, but when an entire herd suddenly charges together, the tourists can only run for their lives in panic. While camping near Mount Hood, Oregon, a man is suddenly attacked when a rabid bat flies straight at him and bites his neck off. An angry cassowary suddenly turns and attacks its own caretaker in a confrontation that leaves everyone stunned. An aggressive zebra suddenly charges and attacks in the South African wilderness. Another group of Yellowstone tourists recklessly gets too close to a giant bison during mating season and is instantly chased away.
Whoa.
an aggressive bear repeatedly slams into a tourist vehicle at a safari park in England, terrifying everyone trapped inside. What seem like gentle deer at Nara Park in Japan suddenly turn aggressive and charge at tourists. Mas. A man hiking down Mount Futago in Japan is suddenly attacked from behind by a bear. Instead of panicking, he turns around and confronts the wild animal face to face. A female tourist is killed and another woman injured after a brutal tiger attack during a safari-style visit at Battling Wildlife Park in Beijing.
To your right. Oh, back. Back, come on.
A small group of tourists traveling through the Okavango Delta in narrow boats suddenly comes face to face with a massive crocodile in a tight channel. A trip to Margalla Hills quickly descends into chaos when a troop of aggressive monkeys suddenly attacks a man trying to feed them. Two enormous bison suddenly crash into each other in a violent battle right in the middle of a national park road, shaking a nearby vehicle with the force of the impact. An aggressive zebra suddenly charges and attacks in the South African wilderness. A furious hippo suddenly charges and attacks a tourist vehicle at Kruger National Park, terrifying everyone inside. A massive crocodile suddenly launches itself straight onto a tourist boat at terrifying speed, sending everyone into instant panic. A giant moose goes berserk during mating season, charging at tourists and even attacking trucks as people scramble to escape. A wild elephant suddenly goes berserk at Bandipur Tiger Reserve, charging straight at a group of motorcyclists and sending them running for their lives. A group of skiers enjoying the mountains suddenly freezes in shock after spotting a snow leopard hiding beneath the snow just a few meters away. An orca suddenly turns aggressive and attacks its trainer during a live performance, shocking the audience. A giant bear suddenly leaps onto a man and launches a violent attack. Visitors at a wildlife park in China panic and run when an escaped chimpanzee suddenly charges through the crowded attraction.
Done.
A tourist gets far too close to an angry bison, triggering a sudden chase along a wooden walkway. A man tries to pet a bison at Yellowstone National Park, causing the massive animal to panic and react aggressively. An enraged panda suddenly attacks a tourist and even rips off his jacket at a zoo in China. A kangaroo suddenly goes berserk and charges at tourists, sending everyone running in panic. What seemed like a friendly encounter with a kangaroo at a wildlife sanctuary in Australia quickly turns tense and unpredictable. A giant bird suddenly attacks a man in a frightening cassowary encounter caught on camera. A terrifying moment as a cassowary violently attacks its own caretaker, leaving everyone stunned. Tourists posing for selfies in a snowy parking lot are suddenly attacked when a giant moose charges and knocks one of them straight into the snow.
Hey!
A moose repeatedly charges at a man on a mountain trail, forcing him to back away while desperately trying to escape as the animal returns for a second attack.
Just go.
An aggressive emu suddenly charges at tourists at Sandy Cape in Western Australia, sending people running in panic across the beat.
Is that an emu?
Yeah.
Just moments after entering a safari park in Tennessee, a couple is attacked by a group of aggressive emus attracted to the buckets of food they are carrying. At Alipore Zoo in Kolkata, a tiger suddenly lunges at a man, but fortunately, a thick glass barrier still separates them. Two men driving through a forest in Hokkaido, Japan, are suddenly attacked when a bear charges directly onto the road.
Oh! Ow!
A penguin suddenly becomes aggressive and bites a tourist's hand after the visitor tries to touch it from too close. A boat operator warns tourists about the dangers of teasing and feeding rare black iguanas in the Bahamas when one suddenly becomes agitated and attacks.
Oh dear.
A man panics after being suddenly bitten by a highly venomous eastern rattlesnake. A sightseeing trip around the 5 Fee Islands turns frightening at Monkey Beach when a local man feeding pineapple to monkeys is suddenly bitten by one of them. A man comes face to face with a polar bear in an open field, and the tense confrontation escalates as the predator repeatedly charges toward him. An aggressive black panther repeatedly attempts to attack a caretaker inside a zoo enclosure.